Hey guys, it's Fifa here. I'm on to my FIFA 19 91 Yashin player review. So today we're looking at the middle icon version of Lev Yashin. Some of you have been asking for this card for a while now. Speaking of which, I'll be trying to review Courtois soon. That's always one of my most requested reviews, so I'll be doing them as soon as I can. Getting back to Yashin, he's been a card I've always wanted to use, but last year a lot of people said he wasn't that good, so I kind of stayed away from his card. Coming on to FIFA 19, I haven't really heard too much about him, so I thought I'd review his middle version because he has slightly higher stats than his lowest rated card and his prime card is a little too expensive. Anyways, you can see on screen this is the team I started him in. Yashin in goal, Robertson, Ferdinand, Sanchez and Pereira in defence, Ali Game Wijnaldum in midfield with Son, Aubameyang and Lucas in attack. Yashin is 6'2", he's right footed and has a 3-star weak foot and 1-star skill moves, and he's with both basic and glove chemistry styles, and for me he played the best with glove. So starting off with the positives, the first thing I want to mention was his diving. Yashin is capable of making some really acrobatic dives in order to stop the ball in any situation. Where I noticed his diving the most was when he was trying to stop shots close to the ground up to about halfway level with his body. He has a great reach against these types of shots especially, and he'd often just stick an arm out to make a surprising save. The next positive is his reflexes. These are really one of the best selling points of the card, as he has De Gea-like reflexes in goal. Some of the shots he reacts to, you really should expect to end in a goal. He's definitely one of the best keepers in the game in this area, and I can only imagine how good his prime icon version is, considering it's a +3 upgrade in this category. He saved me multiple times in games that I probably would have lost if I didn't have him in goal, and he performed well in one-on-ones. Handling wise, Yashin does the job. It's not exceptional by any means, but he catches the stuff you expect him to catch, and he doesn't make any mistakes like keepers with low 80s handle and do. He also did well at pushing the ball out wide or behind when facing difficult shots, which means he doesn't open you up to conceding easy second chances. Surprisingly, the best thing about this card for me was definitely his speed. Now some people might consider this stat not that important, so by me saying it's the best stat isn't a negative reflection on the card. If you like super keepers, then this guy really could be a great option for you in goal. His speed allows him to burst off the line and either collect the ball or make a save. He feels like the fastest goalkeeper I've used so far, and the combination of this with his reflexes makes him a nightmare for your opponent if you bring him out at the right time. In terms of distribution, this card does the job. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the long throw trait, which isn't great, but his kicking felt a lot better than the 73 rating on his card. It is both powerful and accurate. Another thing I noticed that he seemed quite good at passing the ball out from the ground. I managed to start up a few decent attacks from him in goal by sending a through ball down the side of the pitch. The final positive was his positioning. In general, he was always in the right place at the right time to give himself the best chance of making the save. This is a contributing factor when it comes to bringing him out, as he always managed to get to the ball first, and he takes great angles when approaching players, facing the striker head on rather than being slightly off to the side like some goalkeepers do. Now on to the negatives. The only issue I had with Yashin was he conceded a few long shots whilst I was using him. I think this issue is probably down to his height, as at 6'2", he's slightly on the smaller side for goalkeepers, and I wouldn't say it was an issue with his positioning either. Considering how many people take finesse shots from outside the box, this can be a real issue. I know people like to move their goalkeepers in this game to try and stop so many going in, but it's still a problem I face with the card. So overall, I'm going to give 91 Yashin an 8.6 out of 10. He's great when it comes to diving, reflexes and positioning, and really stands out as a top keeper in these areas. 6'7" speed is also an amazing stat to have, and puts him up there as one of the fastest keepers in the game, and I expect it to remain that way for the rest of FIFA 19. Unfortunately, there are a couple of things that let this card down, mainly the fact he doesn't have the long throw trait, and he concedes long shots more often than I'd like due to his height. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, and to request any future content then please just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to reply.